You're not losing clients because you're new. You're losing them because of these rookie mistakes. And mistake number 10, that's the one that separates the stress out TCs from the strategic professionals. Let's fix them before they cost you your business. So the mistake number 1 is not having an intake form. It means instant chaos. If your agent is texting you contracts, Dropbox links, and dog pictures all in the same thread, it's not just annoying, it's unprofessional. So the fix is to create a branded intake form. Every transaction goes through it. No form, no file, period. Click here to get some ideas on how to create and use intake forms. Now, mistake number 2 is skipping the discovery call. You need to talk before you work, period. No calls means no clarity, no expectations, no boundaries. And for the fix, easy. You need to require a 15 to 30-minute discovery call before taking on any client. Remember, you are not just taking files, you are building partnerships. This is very important. Now, for the mistake number 3, no scope to the work means the agent runs your business. If you don't define what you offer, they'll assume everything is included, and suddenly you're being asked to call the appraiser, to build the Canva flyer, and fit the cut. So for the fix, easy one as well. You send the scope of services in a doc with your welcome email. Be crystal clear about what's included and what's extra. Mistake number 4 is no TC agreement equals no legal protection. A handshake is not a contract. Without a service agreement, you are exposed, and not in a good way. For the fix, also an easy one. Use a written TC agreement. Include cancellation terms, payment expectations, turnaround times, and obviously the scope. Pro tip in here, having an agreement is going to eliminate the scope creep. And I want you to check out this video here where I interview Amira. Amira is a lawyer who drafted the legal templates I use for my entire business. She shared a couple of horror stories too, so make sure you check it out. Now, for mistake number 5, messy systems. Messy systems equals messy experience for your clients. If you have no checklist, no task flow, no structure, that equals no trust from your clients. You might be organized in your head, but your clients can see inside your brain. So, for the fix, I recommend that you use a task management system or software like ListedKit, Open to Close, or DocJacket. Build out templates and timelines. Remember, structure builds confidence and trust. I recommend to stick with TC-specific transaction coordinator softwares instead of trying to build your own inside Asana, Trello, or ClickUp. That way, you will save a ton of time, especially now that some of them are powered by AI. For mistake number 6, we are going to talk about under-communicating. That equals to over-worrying clients. Your clients shouldn't be wondering what's happening or what's coming next. They should already know. The fix, also super easy. Create templates for milestone updates, send weekly update summaries, and you don't need to over-communicate. That's not the goal in here. You just need to communicate on purpose. I give you a pro tip as well. If you follow my previous advice and you complete the discovery call, you should already know their communication style, their preference. Make sure you use it. Of course, always send emails as it creates paper trail, but also use whatever method they actually pay attention to, like text, for example. I bet you already found 2 mistakes you can fix today. If so, go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. Now for the next one, I have to admit that it's a little bit controversial. Some people consider this a mistake, some others not so much. Personally, I don't like accepting files halfway through closing. If you are coming in halfway through, you are actually inheriting someone else's mess. No timeline, no docs, no sanity. People don't really know who you are because they are used to connect directly with the realtors, so they never copy you on anything. I think you get the idea. So for the fix, either say no or create a takeover package with premium pricing. This isn't a favor, it's a rescue mission. Now for the next one, let's talk about overpromising, which is a guaranteed disappointment. When you said, I am available all the time, or I promise you same day turnaround. That sounds amazing until life happens and you're juggling 6 files and dinner with your kids, or your phone just died in the middle of Target. Use a working with me document to define response times, working hours, and how you handle emergencies. Boundaries aren't barriers, they are just trust builders, believe me. Now for the next one, let's talk about making exceptions. Breaking your own business rules. When you said, oh, that's okay, I just do this as an exception this one time. And then it becomes the expectation. Exceptions don't stay special, they become rules. So for the fix, you should have policies in place and you should stick to them. Flexibility is fine, don't get me wrong, but don't compromise your standards for convenience. And for the next one, let's talk about not being proactive. The emergencies or the last minute surprises, they shouldn't exist. Because as TCs, we should know the files, we should know the people that we are dealing with, and we should know when something is about to happen. And if you wait until last minute to say something or to, take care of the issue, then you become the problem. I recommend that you pay attention and spot issues early. Build backup plans. Communicate your if this, then that strategy to your agent before it becomes urgent. Proactive TCs don't just manage, they lead. And now, a huge one is not having a real onboarding process. That means that everything falls apart later. You can have the best systems, boundaries, and intentions. But if your client onboarding is sloppy, then you should expect miscommunication, missed tasks, and messy transactions. So for the fix, I have to say that your onboarding process should be a real process. So at a minimum, it should include first, a discovery call. Please don't skip that, we already discussed that. A signed TC agreement, super important. A scope of services where you can put everything in a document. A working with me PDF where you listed all the important things that they should know. And a welcome email that ties it all together. And of course, you should have an intake form that you provide to them so they can fill out every time they have a new contract for you to work on. When onboarding is done right, everything else flows smoother. It sets the tone, it defines the relationship, and makes you look like the pro you are. So if you don't have these pieces yet, don't panic. I give you all the templates and the strategy behind them inside my coordination virtual playbook. This is the TC course I run. Plus, you get 3 months of unlimited email support. You don't have to build it all alone. Doors are actually open a few times a year, but the waitlist is always open. You know where you find it, right? What I want you to do is to go down the list that you review with me today in this video to make sure you prevent all these type of mistakes. You're gonna start with a discovery call, and to know exactly what to ask to your potential clients, click this video right here.